Do you think, and I'm not sure how I think about this, but do you think Temu is a major threat to Amazon? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I think so. So Amazon's customer flywheel really revolves around bringing customers in at low prices, keeping them with extended features and benefits like the stuff in Prime, and just training them not to look anywhere. And the reality is that Temu is out Amazoning Amazon. In June of 2023, Amazon dropped Temu from their price comparison algorithm. You've probably heard about this, where they're crawling the web saying if you've got a lower price on Target or Walmart or whatever marketplace is there, and what they'll do is they'll automatically index to that so that Amazon always has the lower price. But they gave up on Temu, and they at the time they said it was due to concerns about authenticity and those sorts of things. But the reality is that they can't compete with the prices that are on Temu. And there was a Morgan Stanley report that came out that showed that prices were about 60% cheaper on some items on Temu than they were on Amazon. And so you just think about this core aspect of Amazon, which is built on this concept or this perception that it's the lowest price out there, and you don't need to look anywhere else because we've already done that work for you. Well, now there is a complete juxtaposition there where that's not true. And if you want the lowest price, people are being trained to go to Temu, and that might be part of the strategy here of why Pinduoduo is dumping so much money into marketing and branding, is to shatter Amazon's armor a little bit so that they can train people to look elsewhere. And maybe you check on Amazon and Temu if it's the exact same thing. You order on Temu, and maybe you play a game and get a discount, and you can't keep there. So it's a very real threat to just their business model, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting question to dive into. I mean, in my opinion, I think, at least for me personally, when I shop on Amazon, it's because I want something fast. And I guess if I wanted something like cheaper and didn't really care about shipping time, I would use, Temu. So I think there's still a market there for Amazon. I mean, I think what's more interesting is actually to see kind of how Temu has created its kind of like online version of the dollar store. And we've seen how this has affected like Dollar General and Dollar Tree. And so as of December 2023, Temu accounted for 17% market share in the discount store categories compared to 43% for Dollar General and 28% for Dollar Tree. And Dollar General cut their annual profit forecast three times last year. And so in January 23, they had a 57% market share, but now they only have a 43% market share. Dollar Tree has lost 4% of market share. So it seems like to me, maybe Temu is kind of like filling that gap and competing in that market around these dollar stores. I'm not sure necessarily if Amazon's seeing that same effect in terms of like pretty like substantial market share drop compared to Dollar General and Dollar Tree. What are your thoughts around, is Temu more of like a Dollar Tree type of competitor, or are they really, targeting Amazon's marketplace here?
It's interesting because they are totally different sectors, but I think that the consumer that they're targeting is the Dollar General consumer, people who are incredibly price sensitive, people who really wouldn't mind waiting to save a couple bucks because that just helps their paycheck go a little bit longer. And so, I don't know how Dollar General competes with this because we've thought for the last 10 years that e-commerce just wouldn't work for dollar stores because of the shipping and the expectation around delivery and things like that. And so it felt up until a year and a half ago that the dollar store model was pretty safe. They were expanding lots and lots of stores on a regular basis, but now you have a situation where the sole manufacturer of the lowest cost goods, China, is which would be funding or fulfilling a lot of the orders for Dollar General. Now you disintermediate Dollar General. You have people that are ordering direct from there. They're also not paying duties and tariffs coming in, and you've got a competitor that is willing to lose money and basically bleed you dry until you can get there. So I don't know what the play here is. I don't know if the thought is that maybe Temu will own all of this infrastructure and own that market share until a point where these companies start to go out of business, and then maybe they get some regulatory pressure, and then they decide that they're going to come buy Dollar General or buy Dollar Tree, and like that's how that works. But it's a really interesting piece here that's going on.